Hi, this is a really interesting advert for Bulmers, the cider people. And interestingly, it was created by Adam and Eve advertising agency, which is the same advertising agency that do the John Lewis Christmas adverts. But I want to have a look at this in relation to a few different features. So remember, when you asked about features, you can comment on things like the headline. In this case, we've got live colourful, which is an imperative, it's a command, it's telling us to do something, live our lives in a particular way. You can comment on the colour, which in this case is incredibly vibrant. So we've got green, pink, purple, red, yellow, and these colours reflect the different flavours of Bulmers that we can see down at the bottom. This was a multi-million-pound campaign involving print adverts and also TV adverts. But let's look at the main image. That's another feature. There's some sort of stage in the background here. These are the lights, and the lights are shining on this whole setup. And if you look at it, it's very interesting. First of all, you've got a barrel in the background, barrel of cider presumably. You've got these crates, which make us think of maybe a barn or something quite traditional. We've got a guitar amplifier with wires, and we appear to be at some kind of festival. So we've got the marquees, flags, and you've got loads of people here celebrating. It's really interesting because cider has not traditionally been thought of as the type of drink possibly that you would have at a festival. Festivals are places where, you get cool, hip people. And this is an example of a brand trying to sort of position itself in a cool, hip place, which is why you get a festival. You can see that the lighting is suggesting dusk, and these lights, these letters are 3D model letters with the lights on them, these brilliant neon tubes. And of course, what you've got to think about is the number of different fonts that are being used. We call this typography, that's the technical term. Down here, look, some sort of guitar pedal. So it's almost as if the Bulmers setup is on stage. That's one thing. Then the bottles, bold black cherry and the original cider, are almost like performers on the stage. And then these letters are perched on the different things. So it's actually been set up as a 3D photo shoot and has a really interesting set of ideas going on. So whether or not you sort of think about alcohol in a positive or a negative way, we have for the facts drinkaware.co.uk. Now that's regulation, because any alcohol advert has to have drink aware on there. It's a government stipulation. On this side we have the Bulmers logo. If you can see here, the Bulmers B has got an apple in it, which is kind of part of obviously the origin of cider is apples, and you can see it on the bottles as well, so it's giving that certain wholesome feel. And then there's Live Colourful, the font is all multicoloured, and the different bottle tops are there as well. Now I think this is an incredibly successful campaign, or at least I like the adverts, and I'm going to show you another one now, because here we've got one based on streamers, and this is great. This is party time, isn't it? So these letters are created from streamers, and the idea that I think is being communicated here is that these are supposed to be party poppers and that they've exploded with live colourful. So it's emphasising the idea of a party. But if you look closely, these streamers are formed by the foil that's been ripped off the top. So the clever idea here is that the colours of the drinks are forming the colours of the streamers. And live colourful is the same imperative command that people find difficult to ignore. Exactly the same pattern in terms of the logo, and in general, a unified campaign which cost a lot of money to produce, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if it had an increase on the sales of this product. So lots to talk about.